Hi, I'm Sharon and I live in our little chateau in the Charente in France with my husband Kevin and son Ben. We called our YouTube channel Chateaux and Truffles because I love living in our little chateau and visiting other chateaux, and with our company French Truffle Tree we grow the Périgord truffle, also known as black diamonds, both as a healthy pension for ourselves but also as an investment or pension top-up for anyone else, or even a unique gift of a truffle tree, which really is the gift that keeps on giving. But I'll cover that in another vlog and give you a tour of the trufflery for those of you that are interested. In fact, we didn't class our house as a chateau, but rather a logis manoir. But after living in the house since 2004 and constantly being corrected by the locals and also by some historians from the archives in nearby Angoulême that it is a chateau, we can only assume that because it was originally a fortified tower with a separate house that has since been joined up. So who are we to argue with people that have lived in France all their lives? So welcome to our little chateau. So for what our house lacks in size and towers, it makes up for with history and historic people linked to the property. But I'll cover that another time. So don't forget to like and subscribe to follow our journey so far. So when we bought the property, as you can see from the photos, it resembled the Addams family haunted mansion, as my husband liked to call it, complete with an assortment of resident bats and wildlife. Sorry about this next bit. There's a lot of background noise. It's the water that runs each side of the forge that used to drive the water wheels. Sometimes after heavy rain it gets really loud. We were very concerned about the bats, but they didn't seem to have a set place to roost and seemed to move around the house, often frightening the life out of us when we walked into a room. But luckily they seemed to move into our ancient forge quite quickly and of their own free will, whilst we was trying to contact the relevant specialists, which was a major relief for us. And even now, on a summer's evening, we love to watch the various bats, because there does seem to be several species, leave the forge to feed off the insects flying over the lake. The house and buildings were getting close to resembling a ruin, with holes in the roof, the tower having quite a big hole, and the top two floors are practically rotted away. The property had been abandoned for some time, and as it had fallen more and more into disrepair, the mother of the previous owner, who was the last occupant, had moved out of the house and into just a couple of rooms in one of the outbuildings, which was also in pretty poor condition. Not a nice way to end your final years. So other than the fact we fell in love with our haunted mansion, this is the reason we wanted the property for the 3.5 hectare lake, so we could run it as a luxury fishing business where guests could either rent a sheep or stay in the main house if they wanted something a bit more luxurious, especially if the wives were coming along. But that didn't turn out quite how we expected, but that's the story for another time. We feel very lucky to be living here, with the lake just outside our window. We get to see the kingfishers on the wall, herons and egrets on the banks, even deer and boar swimming across the lake. And with the migrating osprey and storks and everything else that decides to stop here, maybe we should have started a B&B for the migrating wildlife.